light be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. Why? Because the Sabbath day is the day when the Lord himself comes with truth, and you leaning away from the truth. Ain't that something? Huh? Then it says, for then shall be great tribulation. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. Then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall again. Well, why is it nor ever shall be? Because when the wicked spring as the grass and the workers of iniquity abound, when they flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed for how long? Forever. So this kind of wickedness and this type of corruption on the earth is never going to happen ever again. It says, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. And no sooner than I reminded you of it, Allah sent another reminder to you. Let me show it to you.
Will Nadia, a 4-year-old Malayan tiger full of energy and spunk. This was when she was a healthy cub. When zookeepers noticed Nadia wheezing with a dry cough, not eating, they wondered, could it be coronavirus? A special animal testing lab, not the ones used to test humans in this pandemic, revealed Nadia was infected, believed to be by an asymptomatic zookeeper. Vets at the Bronx Zoo now believe 3 lions and 3 other tigers might also have COVID-19, but were not tested.
At the outset, it was disbelief that it really was COVID, but of course the labs are really excellent and we believe them.
We see.
You remember I told you when it said no flesh, it didn't say no human, it said no flesh. Except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. Now they'll come back. Now he just told you that they think that the tiger caught it from the human. Huh? Now watch him come back and lie to you and tell you, well, it can't happen to us.
Coronavirus leading to death in humans. Same concern for the big cats?
It was the fear of the unknown. They've all begun improving. We expect them to make full recoveries.
This morning at zoos across the country, including the Oakland Zoo, strict protocols now mandate masks and gloves for all zookeepers when near the animals. Ron McGill at Zoo Miami.
The fact that this happened at the Bronx Zoo now is proof that it can be transmitted between a human and an animal. We were unaware of that until this point.
Which is why pet owners,
This is big enough for my zoo cats.
especially those with cats but also with dogs, are now anxious. On social media, examples of pet owners going to extreme lengths that experts say are not needed. Still, the questions persist.
This is our fabulous cat, Smiley Jones. It can't.
You decided that you would turn your ears away from the truth and listen to politicians and listen to people who have not studied viruses, and you taking advice from them instead of virologists, people whose whole life have been spent in laboratories studying the nature of viruses and infectious disease. You even have a center that's called CDC, Center for Disease Control. Huh? Filled with science. And you decided that you're not going to listen to them. For kingdom shall be divided against kingdom. I didn't hear you. You know, Instead of kingdoms cooperating with each other, they now divided against each other. Huh? What? The political kingdom and the scientific kingdom are two different kingdoms. They're supposed to work together, but they now fighting each other. You know, even though the scientific community is apolitical, they don't care nothing about no politics because they know that the viruses and diseases ain't political. They don't care what you are. All they're looking for is a hoax. Huh? And you provided them with it now. And you are providing, you are making it available, you are giving aid and comfort to your own demise. He said, what about you, nigga? Allah said he gonna take care of me. So he just told me to give you warning. He said, 10,000 shall fall at my side. He said, but it shall not come nigh unto me. That's what he said. That's over in the 91st chapter of Psalm. Let me see here. He said in the 7th verse, this is the 5th verse. It says, thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh unto thee. Huh? Okay. Only with thine eyes. The messenger told me I'd be able to watch the judgment on TV. He said, only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Huh? Laying up there wheezing like a fish out of water, talking about I should have took it seriously. I guess you should. I warned you not to put that man in that office. But no, he paid me no attention. Yeah. It's because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. Yes, that's right. All of the messengers of God, they sought refuge in the truth. And I sought refuge in their Lord too. And that's why David reassures me. Don't worry, he ain't gonna come near you. Because you are one who don't lean away from truth, you lean into truth. Huh? Yeah. So, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come near thy dwelling. Huh? But that's just the truth. I'm witnessing it now. You know, all y'all who live right in my, you got to give thanks. So, praise the $2. So, so I want you to remember these things, and we will go into it later. They sitting up somebody, the Tigers got it now. Had some lions out there wheezing and going on. They had it too. You know, man, y'all just don't know. You done opened up a Pandora's box when you opened up the White House to a man that you knew was not qualified. I've heard you saying it. I'm gonna hold my nose and vote for him. Huh? Have you ever heard anybody since you've been in the world? I know since I've been in the world, I ain't never heard nobody ever say they got to hold their nose to vote for a candidate for president until they did it with Donald Trump against Hillary Clinton, who hadn't did nothing but serve this country ever since she was an adult almost. Huh? Did she make some mistakes? Yeah. Show me a person that ain't never made a mistake. I'll show you a person that ain't never attempted or ever did anything. Huh? Was her patriotism ever questioned? No. You don't get to become a senator. You don't get to be first lady, senator, secretary of state. You don't get all them positions and be unpatriotic. Somebody would have saw you by that time. Huh? And yet, they chose a known crook over her. And now you get your deserts. Since you deserted your own conscience, you paying the price for it. Your own mind told you you ain't had no business putting Donald Trump in there. And you went against your better judgment. I remember I was looking at you need to check it out. What's the name of it? 13 Days. 13 Days is the history of John Kennedy and the Cuban Missile Crisis. And Kennedy listened to his military people. Now understand something. I don't say the military is not to be listened to, but you must remember what the military is trained to do. The military is trained to make war, not peace. You hear what I said? So if you looking for some advice on whether to go to war or not, the military ain't the first people you want to go ask. Do you understand? Because let's face it, man, if you train to fight, I mean, it's just normal for you to be wanting to get into a fight. Huh? Put that training to use. Is that right? But you don't want no scared military. You want a military that's ready to go and do it. Right? So they the wrong one to ask, hey, do you think we need to go fight? Hell yeah, we need to go fight. That's what he gonna say. But no. But anyway, they told Kennedy that Bay of Pigs thing, they could go in there and clean the clock. And what they was doing, setting the stage for an invasion. And when Kennedy found out what was really on their agenda, he realized that he should not have abandoned his own consciousness. And so he got a lesson out there. And later on he said, it is something amoral about abandoning one's own conscience. Huh? When your conscience screams at you and you ignore it, that is an amoral absence of morality. You shut the door on your own compass. brain is a ship of sorts. That's why we use terms like relationships and that kind of thing. For the brain creates relations with people. But the brain is ever on water. My throne is ever on water. Huh? And to 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 have friendship, peaceful relationship, you need when you out on when you on a ship, you need a compass, right? And when your spiritual compass is, we call it a conscience of morality. And when you abandon that voice inside of you that said that's the wrong way, you don't want to go there. I'm gonna hold my nose and vote for it. You went against your own conscience, and now you're about to lose your country. You notice they even played with words on you. Make America great again. When did the continent of North America cease to be great? That's not the name of this country. The name of this country is the United States. The name of the continent that you are on is America. The United States of North America. They make the United States great. What are they doing with the Constitution right now? Are they respecting it or are they burning it? What was it? Nero? What was Emperor Nero doing while Rome was burning? Just fiddling around. You had Donald Trump in there for 4 years, and America was burning down. And he was driving with the fire. He was fanning his flames. He was pouring fuel on it. I told you, and even your founding fathers told you that the only way that anyone could destroy this country was to get you to do it to yourself. Huh? And now you're doing it to yourself. And this conversation I'm having right now is on mostly YouTube. You know, their minds are no longer capable. Most of the half of people in this country, their minds is no longer capable of reason. You can see that the way that this pandemic is still spreading, and they don't give a damn. You know, they can't. Their minds don't. I mean, you know, insane people are not responsible for their actions. You can't really hold them responsible because when they knew God, they didn't recognize and didn't acknowledge Him as God. So that's it. They knew the truth. They knew Donald Trump wasn't fit to be president. They ignored him. Huh? So they put people like Marjorie Taylor Greene in there and people, other unqualified people. You put somebody like that in the position to make laws for you. Is that right? Okay. Well, die in your rage. And that's what they've done. They've died in their rage. And so all they do is think of evil. And everything they touch, they destroy. So anyway, let's have prayer. I'm going to let you go. And original salute. Ready, front. Repetition. Analyze the greatness. Analyze the greatness. Analyze the greatness. Analyze the greatness. And I bear witness that I know of none who deserves to be served or worshipped beside thee. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, all holy praise is due and be to thee, Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful Master of the day of redemption. Thee do we serve, and thee do we beseech forever. O Allah, please continuously guide us and keep us on the right path, the straight path and way of thee and those upon whom thou hast bestowed thy favors, not the crooked paths and ways of Satan and those upon whom thy wrath is or will be brought down, nor the foolish paths and ways of those who go astray or who are led astray, even after they have heard and been given the true understanding of thy holy word and teachings. Truly, I have again turned myself to thee, striving to be totally upright, to thee who originated the heavens and the earth, and I am not of the polytheists. Truly, my prayers, my sacrifices, my life and my death were all for thee, O Allah, the Lord of the worlds. No associate hast thou in this my command, and I am of those who submit. O Allah, thou art the King. I know of no God but thee. Thou art my Lord, and I am thy servant. I have been greatly unjust to myself, and I confess my faults and weaknesses. So please grant me and my true brothers and sisters continuous protection against all our faults and weaknesses. For none grants protection against faults and weaknesses, and guide us to and instill within us the best of moral character and thoughts. None can guide us to and instill within us the best of moral character and thoughts, and turn us away from and remove from us the evil and decent moral character and thoughts. For none can turn us away from and remove from us the evil and decent moral character and thoughts. And go up. We seek thy continuous refuge and protection from anxiety and grief, and from lack of strength and weakness, and from cowardice and ignorance. Thou, Father, Allah, in heaven, praised is and be thy holy and righteous name. Let thy kingdom come and thy will be done on earth, as it is written in heaven. Give us this, the Sabbath day, the understanding and hearts that will believe in and be obedient to thy holy and righteous word. And forgive us our trespasses, and help us to forgive those of our true brothers and sisters who may trespass against us. And leave us not alone during the times of temptation and trouble, but please stand by us and deliver us from all evil. For thine is the kingdom of the heavens and the earth, and the power and the glory over them are thine forever and ever and ever. Amen. Amen. And amen. Change. Original salute. Ready, front. You may be seated. necessary today. It is prayer service, and we have other things that you, while you have a sane mind, acknowledge Allah. To acknowledge Allah is to acknowledge the truth. To refuse to acknowledge the truth is to refuse to acknowledge God. The reality of God is that, that He is the truth. We depend on the truth for everything that we have. The truth does not depend on us for anything. The truth is independent of us, and we are solely dependent upon the truth all day, every day. You think about it and show some respect. Anyway, let us, any questions? Well, then, if there are no questions, you see, this virus going to start jumping from humans to animals. Huh? And if it can jump one way, it can jump back the other way, regardless of what. You notice the CDC ain't coming out telling you that can't happen. They've already informed us. Up on it. They've already told you that some of these creatures, and you shouldn't have to tell you. The elements are all relative to each other. We are all the result of the mixing of elements. These bodies that we have are composed of the same elements that animals' bodies are composed of in different mixtures. Why you think it says, except those days be shortened, that with no flesh be saved? Keep tripping here. I'm so thankful that Allah made me that promise, that it shall not come nigh unto me. So you keep on. Go on. I'm warning you. You better straighten your wicked behind up. I'm going to talk sweet to you. I'm going to talk to you like you need to be talked to. That's what's wrong with you now. That's how deceivers deceive you. You notice, the devil deceived the woman in the bed. Yeah. He started off with a whisper, yeah. Did God say you? Oh, ain't nothing going to happen to you. He just don't want you to be equal to him. Ain't that something? These people have convinced you that you don't need government. You are insane. I really feel sorry for President Joe Biden. I will do all I can to help you, Mr. President. I know your heart is in the right place. And I know that if the people would have listened to you, things would be different. You and those around you are doing your best. But sometimes your best just ain't good enough if it's not meant to be. But don't you give up. I'm not giving up. As the book says, for all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. I'm not a quitter. So I encourage the president and the vice president and all of those members of Congress that have not faith in God and their faith is right, obedience to the truth, have not let that faith die. On to keep the faith. And we will trust in Allah to bring us through all of this terrible time that we are living. My prayers are with you and for you. And I pray Allah to help me to be a help and not a hindrance to the healing of the human family. May Allah bless you.
At 12 on TV 33, FM 88.1 WHR and Comcast Cable. So why don't you call and discuss Holy Bible? And if you have the Holy Quran and come to an agreement about the Holy Scripture and their true meaning. So tune in to the scriptural discussion with the Son of Man every Sunday at 12 noon right here on TV 33, FM 88.1 WHR and Comcast Cable. You can call in on the air at area code 868-038-0342 and 868-0351. Of course, the area code is 313. That's 313-868-4326, 868-0342, and 868-0351. And now let's go live to the scriptural discussion.
Bye.